How we package our products, whether online or offline, is not just to be visually appealing to our eyes. In fact, packaging is quite a powerful decision when it comes to marketing and selling your service or product. There is plenty of research exploring how packaging plays its part in purchasing decisions. Whether it's the design, color, shape, material, and/or cultural association, there's a lot to think about when it comes to packaging's influence on behavior. Before we explore what to consider when packaging your product, be sure to hit that subscribe button so we can continue feeding you nuggets of knowledge on brain and behavior. So to kick off the list, let's talk about the most obvious aspect of packaging: visual appeal. Consumers are visual creatures, and honestly, we all judge products by their appearance within a few seconds of seeing something. Even when it comes to meeting new people, studies state that within the first 7 seconds, people have a general impression of who you are. Again, while products are not necessarily people, we can apply the same idea to packaging. Positive first impressions are a huge driving force in shaping the perception of a person, place, or product. So just like how you would dress up, do your hair, smile, and try to radiate confidence for a person in a new date, interview, or event, product is the same. So depending on your target audience, you should consider which colors to use, fonts, images, and overall visual appeal of a brand to ensure that the desired image and first impression is properly conveyed. For example, colors play a huge part of stimulating your emotion, as studies have shown that a huge percentage of our assessment in buying something comes from color alone. So if you look at this graph right here, out of 4 key components of luxury shoppers, 32% of them were more likely to show off their product package if it was visually appealing. So let's just say you are a brand that wanted to portray something stern and serious. You'd probably want to choose a darker navy color tone, as this stimulates trust and reliability in the brain, and perhaps a serif-based font to emphasize that professionalism. We go into further detail about the psychology of color and typography on your brain and behavior in other 2 videos, so please check them out after. You also want to inform and educate your consumer as much as possible in your packaging. Since you can't speak to your consumer directly, product packaging is the best way to do so. Consumers want to know what they're buying, so laying out information clearly and transparently should help to influence a purchasing decision, especially if your product is physical. If the packaging information is clear, concise, and easy to understand, consumers are more likely to perceive said product as reliable and valuable. And there's no denying that trust is a major factor to consumer purchasing decision. This is so important that people would be willing to pay a premium for products from a company they trust. The functionality of packaging also has a significant impact on consumers' preferences. While visual and emotional appeal is great, at the end of the day, your packaging needs to maintain and hold your product effectively. Consumers should find packaging to be easy to open, handle, and store. If packaging is too complicated, flimsy, or unreliable, the overall user experience and perception of the product may become negative, regardless of how great that product is. User-friendly packaging can enhance the overall consumer experience and positively influence consumers' preferences. This is evident from Steve Jobs' packaging strategy he achieved with Apple products. So as many of you guys already may know, the Apple boxes are clean, visually sleek, minimalistic, and to top it off, they tap into a sensory experience unlike others. Have you ever thought about why the Apple iPhone box or iPad box is so slow and difficult to take off when you open it? That is a deliberate move. Apple does it to trigger that sense of anticipation. Just as colors evoke a sense of emotion, even the overall experience of unpackaging your product itself can evoke joy, excitement, or nostalgia. It goes back to tapping into that inner child in all of us. As Pamela Rutledge, the director of the Media Psychology Research Center, notes, kids are eager for the emotional experience of participation in surprise. It creates a sense of presence or being there. Kids may want the toy, but only as a means to an end, the ability to have fun. There's always a sense of excitement that boils within us when our product is at our door, and unpacking it is at that tipping point where excitement, anticipation all tumble down. As a Google study notes, the magic behind unboxing videos is that they tap into a childlike anticipation we all feel for something shiny and new. So even if we aren't a child, we all have a child within us, and that is the key point in what Apple uses for their packaging strategy. So take note that the design of your product packaging can also be influenced by cultural and social factors. Different cultures have different color preferences, symbolism, or design aesthetics that need to be considered when designing packaging for international markets. For example, the color red is considered to be the color of wealth and luck in Chinese culture, although in other cultures, it represents danger or urgency. What this means is that if you're trying to market or sell a product during Chinese New Year's, or targeting that market as a whole, making use of the color red might not be such a bad idea. In fact, it might help with sales more than you think. The same goes for understanding what consumers are currently socially aware of at the time. For example, in today's climate, there is a huge push for being environmentally friendly. So being more eco-conscious, sustainable, and recyclable can definitely help boost your business in the mind of the Millennial and Gen Z consumers. In fact, a survey done by Amundi and Business Times found that close to 2/3 of Millennials and 82% of Gen Z investors were highly aware to environmental, social, and governance investments. While that might be pertaining to investments, it shows that the generation as a whole are more attentive to sustainability causes at large. So taking it back to consumers, Gen Z shoppers were found to have a greater demand on sustainable retail, with most of them willing to spend 10% more on products that were sustainable. In fact, they care about sustainability so much that they noted the quality of sustainability was potentially more important than the brand name itself. And that's just speaking on Gen Z. When it comes to millennials, Nielsen found that 75% of millennials were willing to change their purchasing behavior in favor of products that were more environmentally friendly. Considering these two generations make up most of today's purchasing power, you can't deny that being more environmentally friendly or socially aware is important. And as such, your packaging should align with that vision. Packaging that uses recycled materials, is biodegradable, or promotes eco-friendly practices can create a positive impression and influence consumer purchasing decisions. Even when it comes to sustainable packaging on consumer behavior, 78% of consumers in the study preferred green sustainable packaging with the reason that it protected the environment, and 68% believing that they believed it could be recycled or reused. In a competitive market where there are digital and physical products being sold left and right, packaging can definitely be a powerful tool for brand differentiation. Packaging that stands out from your competitors and is unique can capture consumers' attention and create a memorable impression. Unique packaging design, creative use of colors, innovative shapes, or distinctive materials can help a product stand out in a store shelf or in an online store, and this can create the perception of differentiation. Packaging that reflects the brand's personality, values, and positioning can set the product apart from competitors and influence their decisions. So as you can see, packaging is undeniably crucial in the role of influencing consumer behavior, significantly impacting consumers' perceptions and preferences. Understanding the underlying psychological factors of visual appeal, first impressions, colors, typography, education and information on packaging, and stimulating sensory experiences, this can all help brands and creators deliver better products to their target audience. Of course, it goes without saying that it isn't just about making sure the outside looks pretty. If you have a great product after all, then everybody wins. But the point is that simply relying on the fact that your product is amazing is not enough to capture the attention of the modern day consumer. So if you liked the video, make sure to click the one on the left to learn more about how color affects our brain. And make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to help you mine the gold in mind.